Oh hey there guys, this is AnimatorGuy0986 here once again, and as you can tell by the title of this video, we will be answering your questions that you guys submitted a while back.
I must say, I am quite surprised that I was included in the Q&A, despite being an antagonist.
I mainly did it just to make the Q&A a bit more interesting. Hope that answers your question.
I guess that's fair enough.
But anyways people, let's not waste any more time, and dive straight into the questions. Magic Studios 2001 second channel asked 4 questions. 1. What's your thoughts about me? 2. Do you have any thoughts about Summer? 3. What's your thoughts about Crimson Skull 18? 4. Do you despise Ray Shelton and Gabby Shelton, also known as Raylan Shelton's parents from Crimson Skull 18? 1. I don't know you that well, so I have no opinion on you, sorry. 2. The season itself is alright, it's just that the heat can be too much sometimes. Like literally, it feels like a damn sauna whenever I step outside. 3. She is nothing but a fat nasty pedophilic bitch who makes shitty ass content, period. 4. I don't have a fucking clue who those characters are, and they are probably generic as hell to be honest.
The Roy Heroes asked 2 questions, but the first one is for me. It says, when are you planning to invade Vyond City? Like how I will ever reveal my business to you. I ain't one of those villains that reveals their scheme to the public like a fucking moron.
And the second question is for me. It states, when will you plan to make the next Dark-Eyed Exterminators episode? Okay, I have been completely lazy for a while, but as soon as I get the motivation, that's when.
Between me and you, that shit sure as hell ain't happening for a while.
Damn dude! You didn't have to do me like that.
Just saying.
Andrew N. the Christian Boy 2007 asked 5 questions, with the first one being directed towards me. Have you ever watched any videos from Built 6 Cougar? No, I have never heard of him, let alone see any of his videos. Question 2 is directed towards everyone. Have you watched any of Wicked Binge's videos?
If I am gonna be completely honest, none of us in this room has seen his videos.
What Keith said, we are just gonna skip this question, sorry man.
The third question is directed towards me, Jane and Mia. Have you ever used Bitmoji? Yeah, I do still use Bitmoji, mainly for Snapchat. Don't judge.
Don't get me wrong, I used to love Snapchat and Bitmoji, but these days, I hardly use Snap or Bitmoji at all. Hell, I haven't used them for like a few months. I may delete them at some point.
Is it okay if I skip this question as well?
Is it because you are afraid to admit you have this weird ass obsession with Snapchat streaks, especially some cringy shit?
Are you shitting me, Madison? You didn't have to reveal that to the audience that are watching this video.
What? I was just stating you the truth, and that was a fourth wall break.
You better be damn lucky that I won't reveal your secret, or else I would have revealed that you were a big time insta hoe at one point, always posting them damn slutty pics.
And way to fucking out yourself, you fucking promised not to air that bitch out, and look what you did.
Don't start being a hypocritical bitch, you revealed my secret first, you are taking honors classes and don't have common knowledge, how fucking pathetic.
Oh, you seriously didn't say that?
Did you just slap me, Madison Amelia Carter?
Whoa there, no need for middle names, Mia Anita Torres, and quite frankly, you kinda deserved it for what you did.
Like I fucking said before, you did bullshit to me first.
You didn't just shove me to the ground, didn't you? So you seriously wanna try me, because I can throw hands if you want me to.
Bring it on, bitch.
Damn. I was not expecting a cat fight to break out during the Q&A.
You're telling me, Jane, I never had this plan. But in all seriousness, we need to stop this BS at once.
Jesus Christ, the pair of you. Just stop this already.
Alright. You girls better calm it down right now.
Seriously, just look at you two. Y'all are like what, 15 or some shit? If you bitches are acting like fucking middle schoolers, I swear to God, you teenage girls act dramatic over the most trivial bullshit.
Oh yeah. This is coming from a mofo who has a fucking boner for minors. What makes you think you are in any position to talk?
Oh blah 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 blah. I get that shit every day. I don't even care at this point. And besides, we're wasting time here.
I don't know, ask mistress who can't keep her goddamn mouth shut to save her life.
Don't you get smart with me, girl, you also outed yourself.
Oh yeah. You instigated this, so you have no one to blame but yourself.
Oh please. You acted like a pussy about the question.
It was some personal shit. How would you feel if someone asked you about your whole self?
Alright. My fucking patience has just ran out. Just shut the goddamn hell up right now. This is literally getting us nowhere. And besides, we are only like 5 minutes into the video.
Yeah. I must say you two, I expected better. Very disappointing.
Yeah, whatever. Can we just get this over with?
Okay, let's pick up from where we left off. Let's just go to the fourth question already.
Looks like the fourth one is for me. What would you do if Reagan and the Ravenous Bloodsheds encounters and comes after you or any of your gang members? I would try my best to defend me and my gang, but other than that, we're getting the hell away from them.
And it appears that number 5 is for everyone. It states, what are your personal thoughts on Megamind, its sequel, which is Megamind vs. the Doom Syndicate, and its series, Megamind Rules?
I am just gonna answer for everyone. None of us have seen the 2 movies, so we have no thoughts on them. As for the series, I haven't seen it, so I have no opinion.
I heard it's some form of kids show, and they don't really appeal to me. I guess it's because I am pushing 40 in October.
I have seen an episode, and quite frankly, it's not my cup of tea.
Yeah, the series doesn't really appeal to me like that. I'm just not into Megamind.
To answer your question, I have no opinion on the series since I haven't watched it.
I have never heard of it, so no thoughts. Pass.
Now, my younger brother Justin is obsessed with Megamind Rules, and won't stop yapping about it, so we watched an episode together, and to me, it's like a 4 at most, but hey, it's just my opinion.
Never heard of the franchise, so don't fucking care. Sorry. Sassy the Bible Warrior 2K10 asked 4 questions. The first one is for me, Madison and Ian. Number 1 states, if you would go anywhere in the world, where would it be and why? I personally would vacate to the Bahamas, mainly for its stunning beaches and signature cuisine.
Definitely New York, or should I say, the Big Apple, especially Times Square for New Year's Eve, and also for the Statue of Liberty and shopping centers.
For me, I would personally travel to either Toronto or Montreal, mainly for the culture.
The second one is for me. It says, if you could choose a new name for yourself, what would it be? To answer your question, I am satisfied with my name, so I don't have a name change in mind. The third question is for everyone. If you wish to have superpowers, what would it be and why? For me, I could go with teleportation abilities, so I can go anywhere without having to use transportation.
If I was to choose a superpower, it would be precognition, that is, being able to see the future, because they say the future holds so much plot twists and turns, you know what I mean.
Having super speed sounds so damn good. Imagine being the fastest human alive. Now shit would be good.
Choose a superpower? Easy. Shape-shifting. Imagine how fucking elite it would be if you could shapeshift into anyone or anything, and not get screwed over LMFAO.
Damn girl, you sound kinda sus right now.
Totally not on some sus shit, unlike a certain someone, whose name begins with I.
Very funny, Madison. I'm definitely laughing my ass off.
Let's be real, knowing you, you will probably use them for criminal shit.
Like that's any of your business.
Seriously, you two, let's not start any more arguments.
Yeah, Michael does have a point. Pass the ball to the next person.
I would personally go with super strength. Just think about it. Being able to lift anything would be cool.
Definitely going with mind control. Think about it. Having niggas do whatever I tell them. Powerful.
Gotcha, bitch!
I told you so.
Bitch, please, just get off my dick already.
Dude. You just aired your business towards the audience. Just saying.
I was only answering the question.
Ian, just stop already, take the L and move on, or I'ma kick your ass tonight.
Whatever.
Guess it's my turn now. For superpowers, I would go with the immunity towards physical damage. Being able to participate in risky stuff and not die would be a blessing.
Weird as fuck, but necromancy, being able to talk to the dead.
No offense, Omar, but you were kinda creeping me out.
Oh sorry man. Blame Mr. I killed Omar's family in Christmas of 2022 for that.
What the actual fuck? Ian seriously killed your entire family on fucking Christmas Day.
Why am I not surprised? The bastard probably killed way more people. He's a criminal.
He killed an innocent person's family, damn it. Regardless, it's still fuck to hell and back.
You don't think I know that? I am just saying the bastard probably did worse shit to other people.
Oh my goodness, I can't believe that happened. He is not getting out of this one.
And just where do you think you are going?
Oh, fuck. Shit. What the hell was that about?
What the hell was that about? I totally don't know. You know damn well what that spell AG pulled on you is about. Trying to run away from your actions. Should have thought twice before doing shit to Ma Fam on December 25th, 2022.
Oh please, that shit happened almost 20 months ago.
Still, it doesn't excuse you from your horrible mistake. Oh wait, I can't call it a mistake, more like atrocity.
You know, you had me there for a second.
I frankly don't have time for this arguing BS. Can we just move on already?
Since this is like the fourth piece due to Vyond's shitty update, fine. But don't think you are off the hook.
Yeah. Sure.
It appears that the fourth question is a bonus for everyone. It says, what's your dream job? Now, I am gonna skip this one due to personal reasons. Sorry about that.
As for me, my dream job would be to become a pharmacist. I do hope to study medicine after high school.
I know, a fucking OnlyFans model. Nah. I am just fucking with ya, a fashion designer silly.
Phew. You had me there for a second.
What do you take me for, Mia Khalifa?
To answer your question, my dream route is cardiology, that is, the study of the heart. I do hope to start a few years down the line.
Yo Mads, between me and you, Ian doesn't even have an actual job.
You're totally right, and besides, what does he even do? Have sex for a living?
I heard that.
As for me, I do hope to become either a graphics designer or animator, since I am really into art.
Oh. I briefly ran a car dealership before it got screwed over, which I honestly don't want to talk about.
I don't think I need to explain since I am already the host of Isolated.
Minus the pedophile killing shit, I do own a small barbershop which I hope to expand in the long run.
DSL Gamer 95 asked 3 questions, and the first one is for all of us. Do you prefer hot tub or swimming pool? For me, I personally prefer a swimming pool.
Unpopular, but I would choose hot tub over swimming pool, especially on cold days.
I personally like them both, but if I was to choose, I would say pool.
Boy, you definitely know I am choosing swimming pool any day.
For the
Silence, Mia.
Say, I would choose hot tub over swimming pool. To me, it feels more relaxing.
Definitely swimming pool, but don't get me wrong, it's hot as hell outside.
Hard choice between the two, but probably hot tub, I guess.
Honestly, swimming pool, mainly on a hot summer day.
The second question is for me. It says, who would win a fight? Sage Martell or you? Pretty simple. I would have Sage's ass and blood and shits, and besides, he is a fucking loser anyways.
And the third one is for me. Do you think Chloe Kendra Walker can roast Sage Martell and Maria Hernandez from Harriet the Vyonder? As for Sage, hell yeah, she can roast his ugly ass. I never liked him, even in 2021. As for Maria and Harriet, I don't give a shit about him and his bitch of an OC. And she is probably poorly written, so I don't know. Kate the Animation Girl 2003 asked me 5 questions. 1. Who is your favorite Vyond YouTuber? 2. What's your favorite season of the year? 3. What's your favorite console? 4. What's your favorite cartoon? 5. What do you like more, robot or aliens? 1. Ugh. Vyonders these days are just losers and pedophiles, one by one. Non-mainstreamers are the only good ones, but if I picked a favorite, it's Death and Azariah. Pass. Although there are a few exceptions such as Andrew and Ty Ridenhour. 2. Definitely spring and autumn when it's not too hot, and it's not too cold. 3. My favorite console would be the Xbox Series. 4. The Tom and Jerry Show, 2014 version and the Garfield Show are my top 2 favorites. And number 5. In terms of fiction, both are pretty good, but I would say Aliens since they are more interesting.
Toss507 asked me 4 questions. 1. What is your favorite food? 2. What's your opinion on me? 3. Why did you break up with Athena? 4. Which city do you want to see? 1. I could go with some barbecue ribs, especially from Outback. 2. I don't know you, nor have I seen your content at all. Sorry man. 3. Now, this is a pretty common misconception. Me and Athena were never dating in the first place, so I didn't break up with her. Hope that answers your question and clears all confusion. 4. Personally I would like to either Cancun or Tampa, since they look appealing to my eyes.
Not gonna lie, Keith, you and Athena would have made a good couple.
Damn. So you have gotten rejected.
Now that did not happen, but in all seriousness though, she just isn't really my type, to be brutally honest.
I suppose that's fair enough.
Ace Raccoon Whitey asked 5 questions, and the first one is for me. What is your worst movie of all time? I am just gonna assume that you meant my least favorite movie of all time.
In that case, it's without a doubt The Cuties. It was utterly disgusting and just blatantly horrible in general.
The second question is directed towards me. What's your favorite food and drink? As for favorite food, definitely some good old fish and chips. And for my favorite drink, fruit punch.
The third question is for me. It states, what sport do you prefer, basketball or soccer? Tough choice, but basketball. Don't get me wrong, soccer is good, but basketball appeals more.
Fourth one is for me. Xbox or PlayStation? I would say PlayStation, mainly because I have a PS5 at home.
And the fifth question is for everyone. Favorite type of music genre? Honestly, my music taste is very mixed, but I would say hip-hop and contemporary R&B.
To answer your question, I absolutely love disco, ambient music and electronic dance music.
Don't get me wrong, my favorite musical genre is pop, especially some Taylor Swift.
You listen here, you don't ever talk about the most overrated singer on this fucking planet.
You know, Ian, this is a rare time where I actually agree with you. I could care less about her.
And I could care less about you two's opinions. Keep the hate to yourself.
Fine. You win.
You know, Omar and Ian actually had good points.
Look, I get that you three don't like her, but keep it to yourself, damn it.
So I guess the camera is on me. But anyways, to answer your question, my favorite musical genres are ambient, alternative and punk, hip-hop and rap, and some contemporary R&B music.
I could definitely rock with some R&B music from the 2000s, and also some pop electronic dance music, soundtrack and cinematic music.
On my end, I absolutely love some rap music from the 90s and 2000s, also some rock too.
As for me, I do jam to some jazz, classical, cinematic, R&B, electronic dance music and soul music.
As for me, my favorite genres of music are heavy metal, rock, soundtrack, hip-hop, and some music from video games as well.
Tago Nagai Workshops asked 5 questions, and the first one is for me. It says, is there any troublemaking or villainous groups you hate? Yeah! They are not limited to Mariah's gang, Jet's crew, Vyond's crew, the killer monsters and the ravenous bloodsheds. Those methods are legit worse than me with the crimes they commit.
The next 2 questions are for me, but I will start with the second one. What do you have to say about some of the copy and pasted character elimination formats? Generic and repetitive as hell. Same old, simple as that. The third question says, who do you think will win isolated? Now, I can't make a definite prediction at the moment, but one thing's for sure, whoever wins, wins.
The fourth question is for me. What made you want to create the Dark-Eyed Exterminators? To answer your question, I created my gang mainly to get back at the people who have wronged us in the past and have done all sort of other shit to us.
And the fifth question is for me. Will there be a recommended character debut for Isolated? Now, Isolated is already in production, despite being only 3 episodes in, so therefore, the answer is no at the moment.
Speaking of which, when is episode 4 gonna be uploaded to YouTube?
Like I said to Ian, whenever I get the drive, that's when.
Yeah, right.
TOSFAV07 asked yet another question, and it's for everyone. What's your opinions on Inside Out 2?
Well, I for one thinks it's a very good movie, a lot more emotional than the original. Don't get me wrong, the first one is still good.
Honestly, it felt planned. They knew most of us were little kids when we saw the original, and they waited until we were teenagers to release a second film, so that way, we could have a deeper understanding. Overall, it's worth watching.
Like Keith said, it's actually a bomb and well planned out, and it feels more relatable to me, maybe because I am a teen myself, I don't know.
Definitely worth watching, and yeah, I watched in theaters on the exact day it was released.
Now, I have only seen the trailer of the movie, so I don't have a deep enough opinion, but I can tell you that the trailer was pretty good to me.
At first, I thought it was going to be hot garbage for some reason, but I then gave it a watch, and I tell you, it was pretty damn good coming from me.
I enjoyed it. Anxiety and embarrassment were the most critical characters, and they were done right. A solid 9.3.
It was great. I just wish it came out during my teenage years, but a 9.5 regardless.
Kayla the Angel asked 2 questions. The first one is for me. How do you have a good sense of style? To answer your question, I buy most of my clothes from Ross and Shine, and plus, I just pick out what appeals to my eyes.
Looks like the second question is for me. Do you have a favorite sport? Well, to answer your question, my top two favorite sports are football and basketball. Thingables 9471 asked 5 questions, and it appears that the first 2 are for me. 1. What is your opinion on Sonic X and Boris the Teeth Guy? 2. How would you react if you met villains who acted like jokes? 1. Honestly, Sonic X and Boris the Teeth Guy are just one of your typical GoAnimate/Vyond trends that run bone dry. 2. I would definitely poke fun of them and take them in as an easy prank for the fuck of it.
The third question is directed towards me. Who's your favorite heroic group in the land of Vyond? In all honesty, most of them are pretty bland and generic, but the one that stands out to me is Luna and her friends. Guess that counts.
Question 4 is geared towards me, and it states, what's your favorite song? Not popular, but Good Day by NFX is actually really good. I recommend listening.
And the last one is for me. Who's your favorite villainous group? Well, honestly, most of these villainous groups are either jokes or way worse than me, no in between. So I would just go with Gertrude's gang, who is allied with me. You get what I am saying?
Giraffe W3Z asked 3 questions, and they are for everyone. 1. Who sings Eye of the Tiger? 2. Who sings Sugar? 3. Which person has a YouTube channel called How Hungry Are You?
Alright, I am just going to answer the first 2 for all of us. 1. Survivor, and 2. Maroon 5.
And as for question 3, I believe it's some dude named Serge Ibaka, who is apparently a professional basketball player. Sorry, I never heard of the channel before.
Giraffe W3Z asked me another 3 questions. First, who's your favorite horror character? Second, how did you become evil? Third, who's Clark Kent in 600 comics? 1. I do love me some Dracula and Five Nights at Freddy's in my spare time. 2. A little personal, but let's just say in my younger days, I got fucked up really bad by a certain cannibal bitch by the name of Mariah. I won't go into too much detail right now, sorry about that. And as for number 3, pretty much everyone knows this, but Clark Kent of Superman in DC Comics.
Aiden the American Vyonder asked 1 question. It states, what is your favorite game? Well, to answer your question, I have 2 favorite games, and they are Township and Dragon City.
If you don't mind me asking, what the heck is Township?
It's this game where you can develop your own dream city, from building factories, community buildings, decorations, farm amenities, and much more. You can also compete in events and other mini games on there. Hope that answers your question.
Oh wow. That sounds so interesting. I will be sure to check it out.
Brian Schlipger 4894 asked 4 questions. The first one is directed towards me. For Michael, what inspired you to host the game show Isolated? Well, it can be traced back to as early as sophomore year of high school in 2005. At that time, I always dreamed of being the host of my own reality show. Plus, I gained some inspirations from Waldwick and Total Drama.
Oh damn. So you had some sadistic gains back then.
If you just let me finish, I was gonna say without the sadism bullshit. But back to the main point. I briefly worked as a writer for some time before hosting Isolated. In 2022, I was planning out the series out itself. Many people I knew liked the idea and some even helped out in buying the assets, and then in late summer, I advertised the series out, and by November 2022, I had the full cast, including the co-hosts too. It was a lot of hard work, but I pulled it off.
Oh wow. Thanks for the info. Mind sharing that in an Isolated episode someday?
Well appreciated, and I will think about it too.
The second question is for me. What is your opinion on the song Uptown Girl by Billy Joel? I am gonna be real with you. I have never heard or listened to Billy Joel, so I have no thoughts on the song Uptown Girl.
The third question is aimed towards me. It asks, what is your favorite video game, if you have one? First off, you got my surname right, and to answer your question, I do enjoy playing some Rocket League in my spare time.
It's about time I finally got a question aimed towards me. It asks, who is your favorite English rock band? While I mostly listen to American rock bands, there are a few English rock bands that I do fuck with. The Beatles is my top pick.
Now, Solo asked a similar question to the Roy Heroes about the Dark-Eyed Exterminators. Like I said earlier, I am still doing the Dark-Eyed Exterminators. Just when I feel get the drive again. Hope that answers your question. Giraffe W3Z asked me another set of questions. 1. Who is the guy from the Hellraiser movie? 2. Do you know the creepypasta characters? 3. Who is your favorite user? 4. Who guys Super Scion from DBZ? 1. I believe it's Kirsty Colton since she had more screen time. 2. Yeah. I do know a few creepypasta characters, with Slenderman and Jeff Killer being the prime examples. 3. Like I said, the community has gone to shit with mainstream Vyonders being fucking losers, but with a few exceptions. So my niggas Azariah and Death will have to do. 4. Sorry, I have minimal knowledge on this matter, but apparently it's the Scions. Correct me if I am wrong.
Gabe the Plushy King 2K8 asked one question. What inspired you to do some art and painting, and why is that? To answer your question, back in 2020, I was scrolling on DeviantArt and saw some really good looking and well done fan art and images, so I decided to try some out myself at the time, and since then, I have been really into art and graphics designing.
Azariah Ryan 789 asked 4 questions, with the first one being for me. It says, how do you envision the future of your channel come 2025? I am gonna be completely real, no bullshit, with you bro. I honestly see that my channel may gain subs at a slower rate, plus views at a slower rate. As seen in my later big videos, it took a while to reach a decent amount of views.
To be fair dude, you literally went 85 days without posting shit, plus, you tend to upload at random ass times and days.
I mean, she ain't wrong.
Yeah. What made you think I said I wasn't bullshitting for a reason then?
The next 2 questions are for me. 2. What worst supervillain group more dangerous than yours do you hate the most? 3. If you were to meet Tyrion, what would you say to it? I kinda already answered the second question, but Mariah's gang and Jeff's crew, due to me having an atrocious past with those motherfuckers. Now back to the main objective. This is somewhat a trick question, but if I somehow encountered the atrocious intergalactic assassins, I would try to get some information on what the motive is to carry out their plans. But, if it's some shit that's too severe for my standards, then I would intervene.
And if you look at that, it appears that the 5th question is for everyone. What are your thoughts on supervillains and dangerous criminals getting grounded by their parents?
I am just gonna be real when I say this. Most, if not, all of us in this room thinks that shit is ass. No in between.
Like seriously, they are like fully grown adults and still get treated like they are still 7th graders in middle school, like damn.
Not gonna lie guys, I actually find it funny, and grounded videos in general are funny.
Bitch, you serious?
Of course I was joking with y'all, but in all seriousness, that shit is fucking retarded.
If you are gonna write a villain, cool, but at least try to have them receive more severe karma for their crimes. You dig?
At least I haven't done that to Ian or the rest of the dark-eyed exterminators.
And I applaud you to that. Interesting. Luke.Boz asked me a fictitious question that he attempted for like 7 years now. Let's see how he plays. It regards a tornado outbreak. It says, would it make sense for me to utilize Fort Worth and Dallas areas as an example in the outbreak, just to exemplify exactly what happens when a 300+ miles per hour tornado rips through a metro area at literally the worst possible time? Okay, I'm just gonna provide my 2 cents on this fictional tornado. Seeing that Fort Worth and Dallas are undeniably in Tornado Alley, it would make perfect sense for you to use them as examples on what a monstrous tornado could do to an entire metro area, let alone one that is 300 miles per hour. Hope I contributed well enough.
Jameson the Nintendo animation fan asked 3 questions, with the first one being for me. Now, Brian Schlipger 4894 already asked me what inspired me to host Isolated, but to recap, I have dreamt of hosting a reality television show since high school. Then I briefly worked as a writer, then in 2022 I planned out and advertised the show, and then by late 2022 I had the contestants and co-hosts, and by 2023, we were ready to rock and roll.
The second question goes to me. What kinds of video games do you like to play? Well, I do enjoy playing Grand Theft Auto 5, Red Dead Redemption, Call of Duty and Minecraft.
And it looks like the third one is aimed towards me. If you have a favorite singer, who would it be and why? Like I said, it's Taylor Swift, mainly because her songs are so damn good, and I love her voice too.
Like I said earlier, the bitch is overrated as fuck.
And like I said earlier, I don't give a shit, so keep the fucking hate to yourself.
Whatever. It's not worth arguing.
AdamAnimate 2K6 asked 3 questions. 1. Is telling people to stop swearing wrong? 2. Did you see snow before? 3. What's your opinion on the Muppets? 1. Honestly, yeah, since it's freedom of speech to do so. 2. No, I have never seen snow before, since it doesn't really snow my area. 3. I must say,
They are pretty cool, literally a major backbone of my childhood. And that about wraps the second Q&A. We managed to answer all of your questions that you guys submitted.
But on to some real shit though. I never expected to get most of the questions, to be honest.
I knew including you in the Q&A would have been interesting. Many people wanted to know more about you.
Yup. It sure did.
But thanks for watching this video, guys. It was sure fun doing this second little Q&A, with a little twists and turns. But anyways, this is us, signing off. Until next time, peace out.